What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video today. Rebuilding the Washington Redskins, one of the worst teams in football, but they've actually got like a pretty good defense, and they've got a lot of young players who are really solid. We're going to take a look at this team, break them down in depth, checking out their stacked defense, honestly, and they've got some good young pieces on offense. Dwayne Haskins I like quite a bit. We'll talk about the roster in a minute, but before we do so, I'd like to throw it over to an excellent sponsor, and that is Hawthorne. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you how I started using great products for hair. Now, Hawthorne is a fantastic brand, shampoo, conditioner, cologne, bunch of different things. You gotta wait and hear this very special offer at the end of the promo. You're not gonna wanna miss it, trust me. So I'll be honest, like before Hawthorne, I never really took a lot of care or even thought into going out and getting either cologne or more specifically shampoo and conditioner in my case. And the great thing about Hawthorne is you can go on there and you can take a quiz and answer all these different questions regarding all of your hygienic needs, your type of hair, how often you shower, all these different things. So these little things here, shampoo and conditioner, completely tailored to my tastes, my preferences when it comes to smell, when it comes to how often I shower, when it comes to what type of hair I have. And since I shower every day, I really needed something that was, you know, keep my head moisturized and looking sleek and decent. My hair is longer than it really ever has been since I was like 10 years old. So I really needed something that was going to be able to hydrate my hair and give it that, you know, energizing bounce on occasion. So even though my hair is super long right now, you almost wouldn't even be able to tell, but it goes down to like below my nose. It's crazy. But I really don't want you guys to think this is just shampoo and conditioner or cologne. They have face lotion, body lotion. All the questions are on there, like what's your face skin type? You know, how often do you drink? Do you smoke? So many different questions, completely tailored to you, but it's really quick. It seems like there are a lot, but they fly by in a fun way. And I can't stress this enough. This is actually a great product. Like, the utility is insane, and I really cannot recommend them highly enough. And to make things special for you guys, we got a special code that's Bengal 10. So if you guys shower, which I hope you do, and use shampoo and conditioner, you're gonna want to use Bengal 10. Save yourself 10% on your order. Cannot recommend them highly enough. I like to bring you guys actual product with utility and things that you guys can use that are necessities, and that's why you see me do partnerships with other brands in the past for different things. But when it comes to shampoo, conditioner, cologne, lotion, all these different things, Hawthorne is where you want to be. Bengal 10, save 10%. I'm so happy I got this brand. So this is the team. We take a look at the offense, and it is really awful. Of course, this team traded away starting left tackle in Trent Williams. Clear that he didn't want to be here anymore. You know, it's no secret this has been a poorly run franchise for a long time. The Redskins really haven't been a competitor in the NFC East for the past 2 decades or so. Within that time frame, they really haven't done much at all. It's been a division ruled by the Cowboys and the Eagles and the Giants, and the Redskins have kind of been an afterthought for the most part. But when you check out this team, there are some good players to potentially build around. Brandon Scherff is quite good. Chase Roulier is not even particularly old at 26, so there's room for him to develop. He's okay. But really, on offense, you're looking at 2 players, and that is Dwayne Haskins, who is so underrated for some reason. I don't understand it. He was quite good at Ohio State in 1 year of starting, and then in his rookie year, got off to a rough start. But when you look at the Redskins team, outside of Scary Terry, there is literally nothing. Terrible. And then Dwayne Haskins in the second half of the season was really solid for the Redskins, again, with nothing to work with. A bad offensive line, no weapons outside of one player who was also a rookie, given that there was already chemistry there at Ohio State, probably made it a lot easier. Terry Maclaurin is a monster. He was really underrated in college, dominated at the Senior Bowl, and then had a crazy good year. Wasn't particularly surprising that he was good. It was surprising that he was that good. Looked like one of the best receivers in the league for sure. Outside of him, there's not much. I mean, Cody Latimer got arrested recently. I guess we'll cut him. They got Kelvin Harmon, who they drafted last year. We'll take the cap hit, whatever. And then in this season, this draft, of course, we loaded in the 2021 roster by MF Maddox, I believe. Antonio Gandy Golden was drafted out of Liberty, and he was he's an interesting player. I liked him a lot at Liberty, but The problem is he's a deep threat, or at least that was what he was at Liberty, without real true deep speed. It was easier for him to be a deep threat at Liberty because it's Liberty. But we're going to be playing him quite a bit. Kelvin Harmon was a player I liked a lot at NC State. I thought he could have been drafted way higher than he was. He ended up being like a 5th round pick. But I think ideally those guys are just 2nd and 3rd options, and we have Trey Quinn just kind of buried on the depth chart. And then Steven Sims, rookie out of Kansas. I mean, there's maybe something here. I'm not sure what his role is going to be, but I want to play some guys over him, so really don't know too much about that. I might even give Gandy Golden like star development. I think I might just leave it though. But we need to improve the entire offensive line, tight end, at running back. I mean, Adrian Peterson's my favorite player of all time, but he's 34 years old now, and we got to move on from him. I think that's pretty clear. So we'll look to get a better running back in there. I know we have Darius Geis, but he's always injured, so might look to go a different direction based on what could happen in real life. And then even on offense, man, we got to cut Alex Smith. Terrible injury, but like it would clear up so much money to do it. So we're just going to take the cap hit now and worry about the rest later. And then this is where things get interesting. On the defensive side of the ball, there are some really, really solid players. Now, I'm not sure why Ryan Kerrigan would be playing defensive end. This is a 3-4 defense, and they've got Ryan Kerrigan at defensive end, Chase Young at defensive end, Montez Sweat at defensive end. That's not how this team would be set up at all. So I'm going to change all this, but after Ronald Darby is a new addition to the squad. Kendall Fuller is now back in Washington, where he was actually pretty good. One of the better slot corners in the NFL. Sean Davis is a new addition to this defense. Landon Collins signed a big deal to come here a few years ago. Thomas Davis is a new addition. They got Sean Dion Hamilton, Reuben Foster, who is very good when he's out of trouble. John Bostic, Kevin Pierre-Lewis. They've got some decent players, but really, it's the defensive linemen where this team is fantastic. Matt Ioannidis is a beast. Deron Payne is a beast. Jonathan Allen was so good at Alabama. I'm going to give Chase Young Superstar X Factor. I think that's a one change I'm going to make to the rookies. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the defense. We're probably going to move into a 4-3. Ryan Kerrigan's older. We got to move on from him, but I am going to give Chase Young Superstar X Factor. He's poised to be a monster already. So I'm just going to trade Ryan Kerrigan. He's one of the best Redskins of the past 2 decades for sure. But Kerrigan's also 31 years old. He has a big contract. He's just someone I want to trade while he'll still have value. Because him being 31, he'll regress to probably an 83 or 82 overall at the end of the season. And this is not a team that's set up to win right now. So Kerrigan just kind of serves no purpose to me, except for down the line. Montez Sweat, I'm going to play over Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis is another guy I'll probably look to trade. We just gotta get better players in here, but a lot of pieces on this defense. Got to get even more though. Okay, trading Thomas Davis, Darius Geis, and a 7th for a first-round pick from the Chargers. I know people are going to want me to use Darius Geis, but he's just kind of a douchebag in real life, so I don't really want to use him. So we're just going to find a different running back, and probably in the draft. I mean, there's good value in free agency, but just like nobody that cool. So probably just look for somebody in the draft, either this year or next year, I would guess. The team also drafted Antonio Gibson. That was their 2nd pick in the draft. He was a 3rd-round pick. And we just got to change the contracts because the roster doesn't change them automatically when they're loaded in or whatever. So we got to give them 4-year deals. Also, of course, going to load in the draft class here at we'll do week 6. Doesn't particularly matter that much. Now, I don't really have any files there. I deleted them all because apparently that was a way to fix a download issue. Because I was using ATL Falcons, but I cannot download the roster anymore or cannot download the draft class. So we've been using a different 2021 draft classes in the past couple of rebuild videos. I think we'll try MMO2. Maybe we've used his before. Can't even download that one. That's fantastic. I'm trying this one by Beezy Meezy. Like, it's frustrating, but I mean, like, everything in here will not download for me for the most part, so I kind of have to choose what I can. But just looking at this one, like, some players are pretty viciously overrated, like viciously overrated. Like Felipe Franks in the 4th, like De'Ara King in the 4th. I don't think Kellen Mond would even go that high, but he could have a great season at A&M, so that's possible. Trey Lance inside the top 10 is a real stretch at this moment, but the fact that he's in here is encouraging. But I mean, it looks like this could be pretty good, so we'll give it a shot. I don't even know who Trevon Moehrig is. I'll be honest with you there. Haven't heard of him. Oh, I've seen this guy. I guess I just didn't remember his name. But I watched him in the Texas TCU game this past year. So as far as I can tell, based on what I've kind of looked up with this class, they very, very, very highly PFF for some of these ratings, when player grades on PFF, especially in college football, do not necessarily correlate with them being a good prospect. So this class is kind of all over the place for where I would have it personally, but it's better than nothing right now, so we're gonna rock with it. Okay, so 5-3 at the midseason mark. This team is atop the NFC East. Little did I know what this squad was capable of. I mean, 5-3, okay. I didn't trade Ryan Kerrigan? Oh my goodness. I traded Thomas Davis, I completely forgot. And now it's too late. Well, okay. That's really annoying, actually. All right. The impending free agents are nobody. I mean, wow. There's nobody there. Okay. So we'll just jump to the playoffs then, which we might actually even make. That's crazy. So this team ended up making the playoffs at 9-7. Didn't win the division. The Cowboys ended up going 12-3-1. So quite a comeback that they made to win the division. But we did end up making the playoffs. Let me see the Cowboys, dude, because how did the Cowboys take off? Did they had 3 losses and a tie in the first half of the season, and they won out. That is wild. So even though the first season doesn't really matter that much usually, we'll check out the team. 26th offensively. Terrible. First defense. Okay, so the defense really carried this team to the playoffs. Dwayne Haskins was not particularly good. Adrian Peterson was still, great, all things considered. Only 4 touchdowns, but what are you going to do? Richard Rodgers led the team in catches and yards. That's a problem. Trey Quinn had 10 touchdowns on 729 yards. Terry McLaurin also had 729 yards, only 3 touchdowns. I don't like it. Reuben Foster, 102 tackles, 5 for loss, but 19 for Matt Ioannidis led the team. Sacks, 10.5 for the rookie Chase Young, 7 for Kerrigan, 4 for Deron Payne. Interceptions, 2 for Kendall Fuller, Reuben Foster, Fabian Moreau, Ronald Darby, and Jeremy Reeves. We'll check out the awards. Might have won something. Andrew Luck, MVP with the Patriots. Some people want me to sign him and then turn him down to a punter and overall and everything, but it's it takes a while to do all that and change the contract. I guess I'd rather just deal with it. I don't know. There's no winning there, honestly. But that's MVP. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Unlikely to see any Redskins there, but maybe in defense, as Khalil Mack wins Defensive Player of the Year. No Redskins as far as I can see. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray. Dwayne Haskins at 3. Of course, we're going to see 2020 and 2021 guys in there. And then Jeff Gladney won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Very odd to see a cornerback up there from what we see from Madden, but Chase Young in there at number 5. There are a bunch of DBs in there usually, but to see a corner win it is strange because simulation stats for DBs are always so odd. All right, we'll see if we can get past the Bucs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, yeah, they beat us by 3, 20-17. And just like that, our season is over. However, on the bright side, might see some development changes for some players. I think it's unlikely, but possible, as the Buccaneers and the Browns actually squared off in the Super Bowl. Guess Tom Brady really does turn that team around. Terry McLaurin, only star development. Would like him to get up to superstar as soon as possible. Dwayne Haskins at star. I think that's quite fair. Defensively, I don't really see any changes out here. I don't think so. Could be mistaken, but Chase Young is all the way up to an 85 overall already, playing without morale. If this offense can match, anything close to what the defense did, I mean, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NFL for a very long time over the course of this rebuild. A lot of money in free agency. I probably won't spend a ton of it, although that doesn't mean none of it. I mean, they're really bad free agent class. Although Andrews Pete we might be able to get for the cheap. for the low. I don't think so, though. He looks like he's going to be fairly expensive, you know, any way you kind of roll this up. Let's check out our fifth-year options. Jonathan Allen, absolutely I'm in. I don't know if this team's going to stick in a 3-4. I feel like probably based on, you know, how we were the best defense in the league last season. So Jonathan Allen would be a gigantic piece of that. And Andrews Pete actually accepted the super low ball contract. I mean, he's playing for fairly cheap considering. It's a 5-year deal. He is 26, but he immediately becomes an impact starter on our defensive line. But when you check out his contract, we're not really paying him very much. It was like 57 total points, and it's 5 years, almost 21 mil for the total salary. But when you look at the cap hit per year, I mean, that doesn't even get up to 7. And he should get up near an 85 overall, hopefully. Might end up even moving him, depending on his value, if we can draft good offensive linemen in the draft. But that's a little redundant. I almost simulated the next season. But we're going to do the draft, see what type of talent we can bring in. When I give you guys my plan here of what I'm trying to do, there are a lot of holes still on this team. I think we need to improve offense greatly. I think you're probably going to see either a receiver or a running back or a tight end in the first round. Also looking at offense. And then defensively, I'm not sure we need an inside linebacker at the moment. Ryan Kerrigan's going to get traded during the draft, I will guarantee you. He only went down to an 83, but he absolutely will be getting traded. I mean, I can guarantee you I will be moving him for whatever I can. Corners are pretty good. Safeties are okay for the time being. Don't really have to pressure myself into drafting one. So this really just comes down to I need to draft offense badly. So we pick at number 21 somehow. I mean, the fact that this team is picking so low in the draft is pretty wild, but 2 first-round picks, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a seventh. The receivers are probably going to hang on the board. Jamar Chase, I imagine, will be gone. But guys like Jalen Waddle probably will be available at 21. If not him, Rondell Moore. If not him, Devontae Smith, Justin Ross. All these guys are definitely going to be in play for us. Maybe at both 21 and 25, depending on how this goes. Tight end, would like to pick up a tight end somehow. Whether that's Kyle Pitts in the first, I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. Got Pat Freiermuth last time when we did the Cowboys rebuild, so I'm not exactly gung-ho to do that again. And then for offensive line, Jalen Mayfield looks like he's very solid, so might look to pick up him if he falls to the third. I like to draft offensive linemen more so in the auto CPU generated classes, but seem to be some pretty good players here, at least for value. The Rams picking at number 1 went with the left tackle Penei Sewell. That would make a lot of sense. The 49ers are back up inside the top 2. Got Nick Bosa before this time, Jamar Chase. Actually, was Bosa number 2 or number 3? I think he was number 2. I remember the 49ers had the 2nd overall pick. Did they trade down? I don't know why I feel like they did. No, I think he went at number 2. I don't know why I'm like freaking out of that. Yeah, he went at number 2. I don't know why I was being weird about that, but Giants at number 3. They take Trevor Lawrence. They get their QB of the future. Shout out Daniel Jones. Patrick Surtain, the 2nd to Atlanta. Micah Parsons to the Raiders. Freiermuth to the Titans at number 9. There goes Justin Ross. He's the first or 2nd receiver off the board. Jamar Chase went at 2, and then Justin Ross was the next one to go. That's wild. And Kyle Pitts is gone. Some of these players are being taken in super weird spots, but the receivers are still on the board. There goes Jalen Waddle to the Panthers. Devontae Smith goes right after to the Eagles. We're going to miss out on all the receivers. Broncos take a corner. Israel Mukuamu, 6'4" he is. He had like 3 picks in one game this past season. Kind of have to go with Rondell Moore here, I think. Just too good a value to pass up here at 21, given we need receiver really, really badly. Doesn't look to be anything particularly special, at least in Madden, in this particular draft class, but we're going to take him anyway. 73 overall, star or better development, ranked number 30. We took him at 21, but he's a surefire difference maker with the ball in his hands. Just got to get Dwayne Haskins to put the ball in his hands. And then we pick again at number 25, a few spots later. And I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with that pick. Colts go Javon Holland, 74 overall. Should be higher, in my opinion, based off what he's shown so far. And maybe we'll go Travis Etienne here, take a running back. 75 overall, star or better development for ETN. Number 12, we take him at 25. See, here's the thing about ETN is he has surprising power for his great speed. Maybe even a little bit underrated by the overall stats here, but his overall is probably about where I would put him. So, I mean, ETN's a beast. Looks to be definitely the running back for the future for us. Hopefully that development trade is better than star, although I doubt it. And we don't pick again till the 3rd. I don't love the rest of the draft class, and I completely forgot to trade Ryan Kerrigan. But we can get a pick for him next year, which might even be better for us if we package him with like a 3rd. All right, boom. 3rd round pick, Ryan Kerrigan and Steven Sims are headed from the Redskins to the Jets in exchange for a 1st rounder next year and a 2nd rounder next year. I think we got pretty good value back for Ryan Kerrigan, so I'm happy about that. That receiver had to go in order to make that work. And then I think I'll trade down from our 4th round pick, and I'll just see you at the start of season number 2. Trading a 4, a 5, and a 7 for a 3 next year from the Broncos. That will be the final trade of the draft, and that really is the end. Now I'll see you for the start of season number 2. This will be the team for season number 2. ETN's getting the starting job at running back. Rondell Moore will be our wide receiver 2. Defensively, we have this setup, but nobody really new to this group at all. And then the specialist, if you care about that, ETN will be getting all of the snaps, and then that is the way slot receiver is going to look. All our rush positions, Kendall Fuller in the slot, Reuben Foster as our sub linebacker. So I'm excited for season 2. I'm going to change the offensive playbook. I know people are like, "Hey, tell us where you move the offensive playbook to." I always do, but you guys, if you skip around and miss it, I can't help you. So now we're 2-4 at the midseason mark, almost. Where I stopped at week 8, just in case I wanted to make any trades. But what's happening? We have the worst offense in the NFL now. That's okay. That's cool. And then our defense is still very good. Our offense is just so bad. I am going to try the Chargers offense, rocking Green Bay for defense. So we're going to stick with that, and hopefully this team can actually turn things around. Reuben Foster seems to be our top priority free agent for this season. Fabian Moreau's in there as well. Chase Roulier. I think Dustin Hopkins as well. I think just Reuben Foster is going to be the only guy I target, and we'll make some other decisions a little bit farther or further down the line. Let's offer him something like that. And Reuben Foster has accepted. Okay, end of the season. Am I going to be disappointed? Probably yes, and we are with a Week 17 loss to the Ravens. This team finished at 7-9 and almost won the division. Cowboys won it at 8-8, but this team kind of turned it around a little bit. From where we started at 2-4. So somewhat encouraging, I suppose. Our defense kind of went down a little bit, but offensively, Dwayne Haskins had an okay year. I mean, that's not bad. That's a good season. You'll take that. ETN could have been better, but not terrible, I suppose. 10 touchdowns, you'll take it. Receiving, Terry Maclaurin was fantastic. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Rondell Moore had a great rookie year. 857 yards and 7 touchdowns. We just need a better tight end as well, because it seems like the tight ends are getting quite involved, but Richard Rodgers is bad. Reuben Foster with a very solid year. Definitely take that. Chase Young with a pretty good year. We need to put more pressure on the QB. We kind of are as a team, but these individual numbers are terrible. Kendall Fuller with 4 picks, Landon Collins with 3, led the team. We still have a terrible offense. I feel like in Madden Simulation, it almost doesn't matter what playbook you have or what type of team you have. And our team is not very good right now, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the team almost is set up to fail horribly. Like the Browns are always so good in simulation. They went 15-1. Cam Newton's on the Broncos. It's just not ideal for us. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Russell Wilson. No Redskins. Defensive Player of the Year, Shaq Thompson. Don't see any Redskins in there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Trevor Lawrence, ETN, and Rondell Moore at 2 and 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Patty Fisher. No Redskins. Browns and the Saints were in the Super Bowl. 44-38 was that final. And, yeah, I haven't really made a decision on some of these players. I think I'm just going to let them walk, though. I mean, 3 27-year-olds. The age of regression in Madden is 28. Actually, really is 28. Did I misread that? Either way, there's no real room for improvement there. Dustin Hopkins is 30 now. I'll just sign a kicker in free agency. It might even end up being him, but no real reason to re-sign those guys. I'll just wait to see what's in free agency. Probably Patrick Mahomes, although I'm not going to be signing him because we got Dwayne Haskins. That's who we're rocking with. Terry McLaurin is up to superstar development. There we go. That is fantastic because he won wide receiver of the year. His ability is post-flag elite. Renda Moore only with star development. We need a tight end. We need to improve our offensive line. And then defensively, any development improvements? Reuben Foster up to star. Notice that one. We got a ton of money. Let's bring in some talent. Let's bring in some difference makers. There's Patrick Mahomes. What can we do? Shaquille Griffin could be a good addition to our secondary. Might do that. Keanu Neal, I wouldn't mind. Funny to look here and you see those two quarterbacks in the same draft class. Mitch Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes, and one is very different from the other. I think it's safe to say. Oh, OJ Howard in here. I am sold. I think it was rumored that the Redskins were actually going to draft OJ Howard I guess several years ago now. No, a few years ago, that's fair. But I want OJ Howard. I'm not going to pay him quite that much, even though this is not a big deal. But I definitely want OJ Howard big time. Mekhi Becton's here. Of course, all the draft picks that are just auto set to 2 years because it can't be adjusted. But Mekhi Becton, I mean, I'd rather just draft an offensive line at this point. Even though, obviously, it could be good to have Cesar Ruiz. These guys are young. It's just their development traits are not great. Maybe Cesar Ruiz will get a deal. Maybe I'll even sign Mekhi Becton, too. It's kind of a lot of money to pay offensive linemen. Kerrigan's here in free agency, down to a 78. Definitely made the right move to trade him when we did. See, it feels weird when there are rookies that shouldn't be here, but they are because of the way you have to deal with this roster. So Kenneth Marie should not be in free agency, yet he is. But he's also only 22 with star development, so I feel like I'm going to offer on him, even though it does feel a little weird. But this is definitely a player I want. And I'll just bring down the salary. And hopefully we get him. All right, so we got Cesar Ruiz and Kenneth Marie. Ruiz is going to play center. That's what he played at Michigan. That's where he's going to play for me. And Kenneth Marie is going to start over Sean Dion Hamilton in our 3-4. If I move to a 4-3, he also gives us that versatility. We'll have Reuben Foster. Kenneth Marie can play on the outside if I want him to. And then we'll have Chase Young coming off the edge. Montez Sweat coming off the edge. And then, I mean, we could have a good backup. I think we're going to stay in the 3-4, but we have, options just based on how good the team is. 5th year options. Is this for Deron Payne? Definitely want to bring him back. So yes, we'll pick up that 5th year. OJ Howard rejected. Are you kidding? Oh, I probably should have raised that up. I kind of forgot we had offered him. That's a player I really wanted to get. And the Bills bid 101. Oh, how do we miss that? Might end up making a trade for a tight end or drafting one, depending on what this class looks like. But I almost never draft tight ends. There are never really any good ones, and if there are, they always go super, super, super high. So we'll see what the draft has in store for us. Haven't checked it out at all. We pick at number 11, and also, so we have 2 first-round picks at number 15. Although I might end up moving up, depending on who's there. And see, there's a tight end, but he's inside the top 3. I'm not going to draft a tight end in the top 3. It just will not happen. Ooh, look at this. Lincoln Knighton. Looks to be a monster. And sitting there in the 4th round. That's a move in the 2nd if he's available at 15, which he should be. I'm absolutely going to do that. Nate Deloach. Hybrid archetype. He's got really good man coverage, high hit power, great awareness, amazing combine. New starting free safety, maybe? We might have to get some more picks. I don't think it's even worth it to trade up for anybody. I'm just going to see what's available at 11 and kind of go from there. I think I'm just going to take the players I want. There's not really a reason to trade down or wait and potentially miss. So the first player I want is Nate Deloach out of Washington, new starting free safety. Amazing combine, great top skills. Got to draft him. He is a 77 overall, number 2 in the class. Supposed to be a 2nd round pick. He's only 5'9". This is what, LaMarcus Joyner? I mean, that's exactly the profile. Only 68 zone coverage, but 76 man, 94 speed. I mean, almost looks more like a cornerback almost. That's our nickel corner. Move Kendall Fuller to the outside. I'm not sure. I mean, there's still some good DBs I want to bring onto the team potentially. So, I don't know about Nate Deloach's role quite yet, but we are picking at number 15 as well. I think this is an O-line spot, and that's either Josh Walls or Jerome Anthony. Anthony looks a little bit better with that impact blocking, so I think I'm going to take him. And he is a 76 overall, ranked number 6 in the class. We took him at 15. Star or better development is what you need to see from offensive linemen because it's pretty rare, and we got that, so that's fantastic. So now I'm questioning a move back up into the first round. Josh Walls would be a good pickup for us, but I don't necessarily need that. So there's some good cornerbacks, but I don't have to reach on him. Marvin Alexander out of LSU is someone that I liked quite a bit. He seemed well-rounded. Amani Stecker out of Stanford looked quite good. A little bit slow maybe, but still very solid. We don't really need a safety so much. So I think the next player I would like to draft is going to be a cornerback, and that is that 4th rounder, Lincoln Knighton. So we should be able to get really everyone we want. Okay, round 2, pick 11. That is, I know probably a little early for Lincoln Knighton, but not really, because you never know what the CPU is going to do. They're very odd. So I'm going to take him here. Great 3rd cornerback for us. Maybe even more suited to be a safety than the last safety we drafted, but probably not. Probably just going to play him at corner. And he is a 76 overall. 4th rounder. That's number 3 in the draft. Just spit everywhere. Good. 68 zone. I mean, oh, 73 hit power. Is he more of a free safety than a corner? He's 6 feet, which is a lot more than you can say for the 5'9" fella. Lincoln Knighton, I mean, he looks like a beast. All right, round 2, pick 15. A lot of potential here as well. This is an offensive line spot, maybe, but I mean, Sean Warwick looks fantastic. But Matt Lynch also looks like he's pretty good. I don't know. They're good players still here. Let's take both of them. Hopefully we get a development trait somewhere in there. Matt Lynch is a 71 overall, number 26 in the class. We took him at 47, only normal development. Doesn't look too bad, though. Pass block could be a little bit higher, but doesn't look too bad at all. Well, there goes a defensive tackle I was looking at, although I realistically was never going to draft him. Warwick is still available. He's going to be my pick here. Sean Warwick out of Indiana. Yes! Number 20 in the class. We took him at 74. Star or better development. That's our starting right tackle. Beautiful. Run block for him could be a bit higher, but everything else is in general higher for him with a better development trait. So that is a fantastic pickup as we continue just an overall amazing draft for us so far. I mean, this draft has been fantastic. Every pick has been hitting hard. And Anthony Avant's my next guy out of Indiana. Welcome to the squad. Anthony Avant, 72 overall normal development, ranked number 23, took him at 79. And he'll be a backup for us. That's really all he needs to be. Situational pass rusher with 82 speed, 80 finesse move. I'm in. Don't really want anybody left in the entire draft. So what I'm going to do is take this opportunity to trade our draft picks and some players that I don't particularly, see being in the future of this team for a tight end. Oh, this would be a great trade for Evan Ingram if we could get this to go. Stupid. Peyton Barber, Trey Quinn, Morgan Moses for Evan Ingram. Interdivisional trading. Cry about it. It's a video game. Not a realistic trade, but Evan Ingram is it? Well, I mean, it isn't because those are bad players I gave away for the most part. But I mean, Evan Ingram has a lot of injury concerns. He'd be going into a contract year probably at this point. So it's not super realistic, but worst trades have been made all the time. Oh, he just got extended. Ooh, that's fun. So we've got Evan Ingram now. Only star development, but he's a 90 overall, so doesn't really matter all that much. Defense is going to be looking awesome. We got a free safety. We got another corner. Rotational defensive end. And then offensively, offensive line got a revamp. We're going to be in such a great spot. I'm very excited for Season 3. I'm just going to simulate. Screw it. So Knighton is a lower overall at free safety. And then Deloach is at corner. But just because of their size and their actual individual attributes, I feel like this is a much better fit, at least long term, so that's what I'm doing. Deloach is going to play a lot, so that's not really even an issue. Kendall Fuller will not be our slot corner. Deloach will be. Kendall Fuller will stay on the outside. Deloach will play in... You know what? Just because it's more exciting to play a rookie, we'll play him over Ronald Darby as well. So he'll be our boundary cornerback in, base 3-4 and in packages with only 2 corners on the field. And then I need to get a punter. But other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. Montez Sweat, rush right end. Chase Young, rush left end. Kenneth Marie can be our sub linebacker. ETN still main running back. Slot receiver is going to be Terry Maclaurin with Rondo Moore right behind him. So I will set that up. But this is the way the defense is looking. This is the way the offense is going to look. Anthony and Warwick at right tackle and left tackle is going to be fantastic. I love the look of this team. Evan Ingram's a new addition. I mean, a lot of potential here. So I am beyond stoked for season number 3. So let's go ahead and get into that. So we're 0-3. I just stopped it at week 4 to load in some coach XP. We don't really have any. Not loaded, but buy a package or 2. Don't have any. The team just is on a relentless path of destruction for themselves. This team just loses and loses and loses and loses. It's only 3 games into the season, but this is not a very good start. And 2 against division opponents as well. Game against the Giants was not particularly close. Game against the Eagles was, but it was still a loss. I just want to see, where do we rank offensively and defensively? Dead last in offense, and then near the bottom of the league in defense. Can I find an offensive playbook that works? Is that possible? Everyone always tells me, oh, use this, use that. And it's like, I use it and it doesn't work. Maybe I'll try West Coast spread with Chicago. So, and that was the Red Dragons as a team. That's the Chargers. That's great. I'm going to go back to, we'll try Cleveland. They're in the Super Bowl every single year. Why not? It's not going to work. We're going to lose every game still. 2-6 at week 9. That's not good. Not good at all. I'll check out the stats, see where we rank. 32nd in offense. What can I do to get the offense to not suck? And now the defense sucks. We have the best team we've ever had, and we have the worst team we've ever had. How is that possible? Kendall Fuller will be a free agent at the end of the year. Brandon Scherf, Jonathan Allen. Ronald Darby, maybe not, but like the first 3 without question. So all 3 of those guys are back. And also, if you guys are new here, would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Like the video, blah, 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 but definitely subscribe. Like 40% of people that watch these are not subscribed, so give me a chance. Hit that subscribe button. And if you hate me, which is a real possibility, just unsubscribe later. But yeah, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And we will simulate to the playoffs. And by that, I mean we're going to simulate to the offseason, as the Redskins appear to be in an offseason at the start of every year. We're not making the playoffs. There's no way. 2-6, we'd have to win out, and even then, it might be tough. But here we are, week 17. Did we make the playoffs? I already know the answer. No. 4-12. What's happening, man? It's just getting so frustrating. We'll check out the stats here. Dead last offense. It's great. And then the 28th defense. So one of the worst overall teams in the league. Not shocking there. Our record shows that. The offense was brutal. No running game. No passing game. Scary Terry had a good year, but I mean, we suck. Kenneth Marie had a ton of tackles. Oh my goodness. Our defensive individual numbers, not a whole lot of sacks, but a lot of tackles, almost no interceptions. Like, why is this team so bad? I just don't get it. Justin Herbert wins MVP of the Red Dragons. I might go Chicago offense. They seem to be pretty good all the time, but I don't know. It's a crapshoot at this point. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Jerron Bonner. No Redskins Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Kenneth Marie at 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jerron Bonner. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Nate Deloach. There we go. That was our corner or safety turn corner. Lincoln Knighton was a corner turn safety. So he's finished at number 3. But I'm excited to see the development traits of those guys, because you'd figure with the top like 3 players in the draft, we drafted 2 of them. Probably one of them will at least have superstar development. And now that's not necessarily true, but hopefully it is. And hopefully someone on the offensive line has it. Yes. Warwick, superstar. Not who I thought would have it, but I am very excited that he does. He should be getting upgraded pretty quickly. Anthony has star. That'll do. And then defensively, moment of truth. Okay. They only have star. Knighton star. Deloach star. But Kenneth Marie gets upgraded to superstar. So I will take that. It's shocking, honestly, that Deloach and Knighton both are only star development. But, you know, it could be a lot worse. Could be worse. Do I want to bring back Ronald Darby? He's probably going to be asking for like $8 million a year, and I just won't be doing that. Oh, even more. For 1 year, I would offer you less, and you're going to decline. So I'll see you later. No need for anybody else, though. Like Sean Dion Hamilton, we already have Kenneth Marie and Reuben Foster. Jerron Christian, we already have our new drafted tackles, Troy Apke. I mean, no. Patrick Mahomes is back again. I want him so we can actually win games, but not that badly. Derrick Henry might be worth signing. Established power run. He's not even that expensive, but he is a running back. But if we can get him for really cheap, I would be interested. All right, let's see how that went. We got Dante Pettis. Kind of lowballed him, and we brought him in. He's already our second best receiver. Not a great receiving core, to be honest. We've got a bunch of players who are pretty good. Outside of Scary Terry, no one that's amazing. But that's not all. I feel like I'm on an infomercial. But wait, there's more. Derrick Henry has not gotten an offer. And CJ Henderson is the other player I'm going for. He also does not have another offer from anyone other than us. So pretty good chance we get those guys. Although they still remain unsigned. 5th-year option would be on Dwayne Haskins. Like, yes, but also, like, we're just not winning with him, man. So that's a little bit annoying. And the other one here is Montez Sweat. We'll extend him as well, although it's a little bit frustrating that his development trait has not gotten higher. We'll keep him around. And we got both of them. Henry and Henderson. Okay. We pick at number 2 overall. That's right. Yeah, we sucked. I don't even know what position I want. Receiver, maybe. Not going to draft an offensive lineman. I mean, here's the issue, is the team is very, very good. We're an 88 overall, 89 offense, 88 defense. We're just not winning. So it's not like I can't just draft a player, plug him in, and then, okay, that was our one missing piece. It's just not going to work like that, because everything's pretty good. I don't really know what we really need. I think just it might be a total change of everything, like different defense, different offensive schemes, just, you know, change it up completely. So maybe we'll move to a 4-3, bring Chase Young down. We'll draft an edge rusher. I mean, Montez Sweat's pretty good. I'm not sure, man. I mean, maybe we'll draft an off-the-ball linebacker to make that work. We need to try something new, because whatever it's, you know, it is right now, it's not working. This guy's name is Le'Veon Lowe. I don't know if I believe you. I'm going to try and turn number 2 overall into a stud receiver. That's just what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to, you know, change something a lot, and I think that would be quite a big addition. But we see our team needs right tackle, fullback, left tackle. So we have right tackle, which is not a team need. We have a young player who's a beast. Left tackle, exact same situation. He's a 79, only 22 years old. And then fullback, which is a meaningless position. We don't even have any player in there. We'll pick one up, but I'm making some type of huge trade for a receiver, and that might mean that Dante Pettis gets traded, even though I just signed him. Sign and trade. It's happened. Trading number 2, Dante Pettis, at number 34 for Kenny Golladay. Yeah, that's a bad trade for the value, but this draft class is not good. I don't want to draft anyone in this draft class, so I'd rather just have a sick receiver to pair with Terry Maclaurin and now Rondale Moore. It's a really good trio now. We need some weapons for Dwayne Haskins, man, because whatever we've been doing has not been working. We'll get some depth in there at tackle since we just moved one away. Denard Moore, 70 overall, number 39. We took him at 66. I'm not going to show the rest of the draft. It's pretty irrelevant at this point. So I will see you guys for the start of what hopefully is the final season, season 4. I mean, this team better perform because we have a good team assembled, and it's like back to square one with some of these rebuilds that we've done this year, where it doesn't matter the team that you build, they just will refuse to win. So this is the offense. Looks pretty good. This is the defense. Looks pretty good. The question is, do I want to change up everything and go to a completely different scheme so that we might actually play pretty well, or not? I'll sign a punter too. If this team doesn't perform, I'm going to be so upset. So I've decided to go with Tennessee offense because they always seem to do pretty well. That could prove to be a massive mistake, but then again, so is this team. They're not going to do anything. I'm super negative because I know what's going to happen. This is the defense. This is the way specialist is going to look. We're still in the 3-4. We went from the #1 defense. We dropped to number 10. We're like, all right, that's fine. That's, you know, can't be the #1 defense in the league every year. And then we were, what, 28? Disaster. Please play well. That's all I'm asking. Yes, okay. I mean, where was this a while ago? 7-0. This game is so odd, man. So odd. Obviously didn't force any of these wins just so you could see. But it's crazy how we go from so bad to so good in, you know, a snap of you know, the fingers. Finger. I don't know. I don't know what that phrase is, but you definitely snap your fingers, but it didn't sound right. 7-0, though. Not going to worry about re-signing anybody. This should be the final year. I think I just upgraded everybody. I don't even remember. But we're only an 89 overall after those upgrade points. A little bit odd. But the team is in such a great position. I guess the addition of Derrick Henry and Kenny Golladay really changed this entire team. I'll take it. All right, playoff time. We made the playoffs, didn't finish undefeated, lost to the Cowboys in week 17, but did finish 13-3. Very nice. Oh, and now we have the best offense in the league. I mean, what? Tennessee playbook is overpowered. What in the world? Dwayne Haskins threw for almost 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns to only 5 picks. Rushing, Derrick Henry put up over 5 per carry, 1,200 yards, 14 TDs. Receiving, Scary Terry had over 100 catches, 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns. I mean, Kenny Golladay had a good season. You wouldn't even know it because Terry Maclaurin had such an unbelievable year. Evan Ingram, good year. Rondell Moore was okay. Travis Etienne was a good receiver. Blocking, who cares? Defensively, Kenneth Marie, really good year. Tackles for loss, 13 from Chase Young to match his 13 sacks. Ioannidis with 9. So this year we actually played. CJ Henderson, the new pickup, had 6 picks. What a year for this Redskins squad, kind of coming out of nowhere. I mean, Dwayne Haskins probably won MVP. He should have, but it goes to Lamar Jackson. He finishes at number 2. That's, you know what? That's racist, honestly, if anything. NFC Offense Player of the Year, Dwayne Haskins. I'll take that. No other Redskins. Defensive Player of the Year, Quan Alexander. CJ Henderson at 7. Chase Young at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Adonis Olivier. What a name. Any other Redskins? No. Or any Redskins? No. Well, hold on. Dakota Bartholomew. Kendall Cooks. Adonis Olivier. What a bunch of names there for the Saints in their draft class. And then Dimitri Gaddis, a defensive tackle. Saw him win Defensive Rookie of the Year. No Redskins. Also, saying no Redskins, I should probably cut that out. Probably shouldn't say that. That could be taken out of context, and that would be no good. Anyway, in the divisional, we got the Giants 10-6. We'll upgrade the team, and we'll hop in, see if this team is capable of a Super Bowl run here. All right, what is the Giants overall here? They're an 86. They have Trevor Lawrence. And they have Miles Tapp, who has a superstar X Factor. Man, this Giants squad actually could be a problem. And Trevor Lawrence is already higher overall than Dwayne Haskins by a lot. So, that's no good. All right, Redskins out to an early lead, but the Giants answer right away. We go back up ahead by a touchdown. Also, very weird to say we against my favorite team, the Giants. But the Redskins are up now 24-7. I would be crying in real life if this was the case. Not actually, really. I would be upset about it. 31-17. The Giants are not going down without a fight, but too little too late as this Redskins team advances to the NFC Championship. 31-24 over the Giants on what could be a Super Bowl run. Seahawks in the Conference Championship. We got home field advantage, though, almost just simulated. I think it's a little bit better to jump in. They're an 85 overall. They brought in Marshawn Lattimore, but B-Wags and Russell Wilson are still the quarterbacks of that team. Bobby Wagner, of course, being the QB of the defense there at inside linebacker. Very, very good players. Very good team. We got to bring our A game. It is snowing here in, I want to say they play in Maryland, but we are down 14-0. Offense, you got to come to life. The defense isn't doing much either, to be fair. 21-17, as this game is far from over. Down by a touchdown. Redskins got to score. Please, you got to score quickly. Down by a field goal. I'm jumping in. We need a stop. We got Reuben Foster out here. Somebody make a play. It's a run. Oh, I'm all over it. That could have been really bad if I missed, but I didn't. He don't miss. 3rd and 7. Big play here. They're coming out with 3 wide receivers. This should be pretty good, though. Let's press at the line. Wish I could move these safeties out. No, I don't want to be on him. Reuben Foster playing over the middle, and that is broken up, knocked down. Would have been nice if Kenneth Marie caught that, but it is 4th and 7. Seattle will punt. We have 2.5 minutes to drive down the field and score the game-winning touchdown. Very doable. 2-minute drill for Dwayne Haskins, the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. It's your time to shine. Longhorn legend with the punt of the year there. Michael Dixon pinning us at the 7 as Erickson, who is our backup tight end? I didn't even see the name there. Just straight up drops the ball. Not a good start to this drive. Not at all, but we have post-flag elite on Terry Maclaurin. So if we have time and we can get it to him, he should be wide open. I waited way too long to throw that, but he's so good that he'll catch it on the post flag. Well, that's a flag. He has both. So that post flag elite, really clutch. I throw the ball super late, and it doesn't matter. Underneath, Evan Ingram. First down, and we got out of bounds, which we didn't need to. I wasn't even aware of the 2-minute warning there. I mean, that's a clear blitz off the edge. We're going to slide ETN over to pick that up. And then, I mean, somebody's going to be wide open here. Somebody's got to be. It's going to be Evan Ingram. Not wide open, but he caught it. That's a huge catch. Huge contested catch. I don't know. Maybe I'm really awful at Madden, which I think I am. But I just feel like I never have the actual time I want to make anything happen. I'm going to put Maclaurin on the other side of the field, turn this into a post. And then we'll look for him deep, I think. We're going to have all types of time. Can we hit that? Terry Maclaurin got it. Threading the needle there. I'm only looking for one player. I'll look to abuse these abilities all day. Can we have that? Gandy Golden. How is he out of the end zone? How is he out of the end zone there? I should have called that timeout earlier. I tried to. I hit it. It just didn't do anything. I guess I already went into hurry up. But I think we can get one more playoff. 6 seconds. This is probably a pass inside to Kelvin Harmon or a throwaway, and then we'll just kick the long field goal. So 6 seconds. Block ETN. I'll streak Ingram as well. I just really can't throw a pick here. That's the one thing. Oh, I think we have it. Kelvin Harmon. Touchdown. Game over. 2 seconds to go. No, we managed the clock poorly, but also well. We got the Red Dragons in the Super Bowl, aka the Chargers. We'll upgrade our players. We'll also, at this point, be able to see development changes. So, 91 overall team. Show me some increases. Dwayne Haskins had to go up. He's superstar now. Scary Terry. He definitely won receiver of the year. He's up to superstar X Factor. So, you'll love to see that. Scary Terry has double me now. So that should be pretty effective to bail me out if I need it, which I probably will. And then defensively, no changes as far as I can see, but it doesn't matter. We got Dwayne Haskins up to superstar, Scary Terry up to Superstar X Factor, Super Bowl, Arizona. Where did the Red Dragons move to? Nope, they moved back to San Diego, actually. So the San Diego Chargers moved to LA to become the LA Chargers, and then they're like, fuck it, we're going back to San Diego, but as the Red Dragons? I don't even want to talk about it. Not good. Well, okay, we tied it up. We were down to a quick touchdown deficit, and now it's 2 touchdowns, but we answer very quickly, and then we allow a touchdown very quickly. Down by 2 scores here, 2 touchdowns. We got to get into the end zone. Looks like we're going to, though. 28-20, 3.5 minutes to play. I'm not ready to jump in. I'll let the CPU do it. Again, this is about the team building, not so much about the actual gameplay, because I feel like we could win all the time. 4th and 4, though. Let the CPU handle it. And it looks like they got stopped. He threw it away on 4th down. Madden is so bad. But I guess we'll jump in now. We don't really have a choice at this point. I should have jumped in at 4th and 4. Oh, well, that would have been picked. That would have been picked if Jonathan Allen didn't knock it down at the line. I used that really well. I baited it hard, and it didn't matter. Okay, so it's going to be another 2-minute drill, and we have to get the 2-point conversion, so I want to score as quickly as possible in case we don't get it and we need the football back. It'll be onside and timeouts at that point, so I really don't want to use a timeout here. We just need to score ASAP. Oh, if Bryce Love would have broke that, that would have been so clutch. Actually, he's wide open, so I am going to force it to him. Even though that's not a force, if he's wide open, he's got a touchdown. Instant score, pretty much. That's best case scenario. Because now if we screw this up, there's actually time. 70-yard TD. 75-yard TD. For Scary Terry. Slants here. I mean, we could run the ball up the middle. That's Travis Etienne, though. I'm going to flip this. It's still Etienne. Okay. I still like our chances. He's pretty good. We're going to snap this Derrick Henry in motion. Etienne up the middle. Touchdown. Well, I guess 2-point conversion. But we're into the end zone. Tie game. Oh, they're going deep here. Knock this down. Okay, sick. What? Double coverage. And, I mean, a touchdown would almost be more favorable to a field goal in some senses, because then we would get the football back really quickly. And I'm gonna let him score. I'm going to let him score, because if they don't, it's game over with a field goal. Sick. 33-yard TD. And scored a TD eventually. And that's almost how we just lost the game. I'm only going to Scary Terry. That one's actually picked. Sick. All right, well, we lost. Sick. Oh, awesome. Pretty unlucky to have Mike Williams go up and catch like a 30-yard pass on, what, 3rd down from less than midfield, something like that. But yeah, I don't play this game. I don't care if I'm good or not. I'm terrible. I'm sure all of you guys in the comments section could have won that yourself if you're watching this video. I'm sure you could have. Round of applause for you. But that is going to do it for the video. We built a really good team. It was unfortunate that we only were good in the last season. But that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
We'll fake it.